Let me copy my parameter name, restaurant ID, because the first thing I want to do as I move into delete.cshtml is add to the @page directive to let ASP.NET Core know that this particular page is going to require a restaurant ID in the route. So /restaurants/delete/some restaurant ID. Now remember, when we created this page, we told the scaffolding framework do not use a layout page. And that results in two differences that we have not seen in other Razor pages. First of all, there's this code block here. So @ and a curly brace is a C# code block. And inside of this code block, I can invoke methods that are available through a Razor page, as well as set properties on my page. What this is doing is setting a property on my Razor page that says layout equals null. In other words, it's telling the ASP.NET Core framework, I do not want to use a layout page. We're going to investigate that property in more detail in a bit. But for right now, I just want to point out that we also have a page that has to render a doc type and an HTML element and a head element and a body element, all because we're not going to use a layout page, which typically takes care of those elements for us. Now, in just a little bit, we're going to switch this page over to use our layout page. But for right now, I'm going to pretend like we're moving ahead without the layout page. So first of all, on this Razor page, I want some sort of header. I'll let the user know they're about to delete something. Let's create a div with bootstrap styles to say that this is a dangerous operation you might perform here. And are you sure you want to delete? And we can go to our model, to the restaurant property, and say, do you want to delete this restaurant name? And now we can give the user a yes button to click on. That will be inside of a form whose method will be equal to post. We want to make sure this is a post operation. Now, by default, if I do not specify the action attribute here, the form will post back to the same URL that it came from. So if the user is viewing /restaurants/delete/3, and they click on a button to submit this form will post back to that same URL, and we should receive this post in our page model. So let's just give the user a button. The type will be submit. We can also give this button a styling to make it look a little bit dangerous, and add the text yes. So I will click on that button if I want to delete. Otherwise, what do I want to do? Maybe we need a cancel button here also. So let's use an anchor tag with the ASP-page helper that will point back to the list page. We will use Bootstrap to style this link to make it appear as a button. So a button, a default looking button, and just use the text cancel. Now all we need inside of our restaurant list is a way to navigate to this delete page. So let me make a copy inside of our restaurant list of the second icon that is here, the edit icon. I'm going to copy and paste that. We just need to change some parameters around. So I want to go to delete, and I do still want to pass along restaurant ID, and I just want to change the glyph icon. So instead of glyph icon edit, let's use glyph icon trash. Save all my files, refresh, and we now have an icon to click on. Will it work? Stick around and find out in the next clip.